If you show successful Americans the plight of those in our inner cities, and then ask them what one thing made the biggest difference for them, many will say it was their education. They will point out that they grew up in an area with good schools, or went to private schools, which enabled them to get into a good college, which allowed them to land a good job. And they know intuitively that inner-city neighborhoods tend to have the worst schools, with the least funding and less qualified teachers. What they fail to realize is how little replacing these failing school systems would actually do. If we transplanted the very best schools in the country into the heart of our inner cities, and then put the inner city schools out in the suburbs, the results would be unremarkable to say the least. Odds are, the inner city children would continue to suffer, while the suburbanites would do far more than just survive. Good schools would not provide the inner city children with the most important things they're missing, any more than the subpar schools would take them away from the suburban kids. Nothing much would really change. Every living organism has certain fundamental needs. Needs like air, food, and water. Without these things, they wither and die. The human soul is no different. Its core needs are safety, love, and support. With these elements of life, a person is empowered to learn and achieve, to grow and mature, to live life. Without them, the very fuel that powers us is gone, and we are helpless, adrift in the world like a ship with no sail. And so, providing those three things is at the heart of the mission of Bright Futures Atlanta. We give our children a safe environment, both physically and emotionally, where they are once again free to be children, to express themselves, and to let their true selves out. We give them spiritual, emotional, and moral support to help them through the normal trials of childhood. We patch up skinned knees and elbows, bruised egos and bumped heads, and give hugs and pats on the back on those days when a child needs it, and we cheer them on others. But most of all, before and after everything else, we love them, and we tell them and show them so. The overarching message of Bright Futures Atlanta is simply, you are loved. No matter what happens, no matter who you are or who you become, no matter what you do or don't do, through the highs and the lows, the good days and the bad, you are loved. And with that, these children will have a fighting chance. Whether or not we feed them, teach them, play with them, or shelter them, these children will have a shot at competing in the world and developing into mature, healthy, and happy adults. They still may not have all of the advantages of their more wealthy, affluent counterparts, but their most basic needs, those needs all children have, will be met. As they go out into the world, they will find they are able to process and understand things they could not before. They will find that those things that were beyond their grasp are now just a little bit closer. They will have real opportunities they didn't have before, and they will have bright futures.